أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب يسر ولا تؤسر وتمم بالخير آمين يا رب العالمين. Today inshallah we will be looking forward to lesson number 4 الدرس الرابع الحروف المتحركة فتحة كسرة and ضمة. That means lesson number 4, the vowels of the letters al-huruf al-mutaharrika, fatha, kasra, and dhamma. In our previous video, I have already shared with all of you the concepts of fatha, kasra, and dhamma, and what is the correct way to pronounce fatha, kasra, and dhamma. Yara'i fatha before going to the headline of the letter or the topic of the lesson, let's see what do you mean by awwalan. Awwalan means first, and fatha means first. We'll be studying in detail about fatha and how to pronounce all the letters by adding a vowel sign called fatha. يرائي فتح الفكين عند النطق بحرف مفتوح عند النطق ب بحروف المفتوح means the jaw should be open when pronouncing the vowel with a fatha. يعني the يرائي فتح الفكين فكين يعني that your mouth or your jaws should open. Jaws or mouth should be open to pronounce the letters which carry a fatha or maftuh on it. So, like as I said you before, any alif which carries a hamza at the top is actually pronounced as hamza fatha a. Never pronounce it like alif. Alif fatha a. No, this is not correct. When you are seeing there is no alif in the script of the Quran, all the alifat which carries a hamza at the top are all hamzas, but not alif, except alif comes in alif madiyah. Alif madiyah. There is no alif in Mus'haf Usmani. Almost all the alifat, either they carry a fatha or hamza with the fatha, or they carry hamza with the kasra, or they may stand with the fatha, kasra, or dhamma, or sukoon, or mushaddad, or this thing which is called hamzatul wasl. All of these are the faces or the types of hamzas. They are not alif at all. Alif always comes in madhya letters, like alif madhya. Alif madhya, any letter carrying a fatha and it is attached and it should be attached with alif madhya. That is the only alif we see in the Mus'haf Usmani. So now let's begin with the voweled letters fatha, hamza fatha a, ba fatha ba, ta fatha ta, tha fatha tha, jim fatha ja, ha fatha ha. Don't forget the most important thing which I told you to remember before pronouncing the letters with the fatha, the mouth should open. The mouth should open. The mouth should open to pronounce any letter with the fatha. Hamza fatha a, ba fatha ba, ta fatha ta, sa. Never pronounce it like seen. Always remember. Ta fatha ta. There shouldn't be any whistling sound in letter fa. Ta fatha fa, jim fatha ja, ha fatha ha, kha fatha kha. If you are seeing carefully, there are few letters which are in red. They are written in the red font. These letters are all heavy letters. These letters are all heavy letters like kho, fatha, kho. Never say kha, kha, kha. No. Kho, fatha, kho. Dal, fatha, da. Dal, fatha, da. Never say it like za, za, za. No. You are basically pronouncing the letter after ra. This is not this letter. To pronounce this letter, you have to avoid the buzzing sound of letter zai. Buzzing sound of letter zai should be avoided. Dal, fatha, da. Zal, fatha, za. Ra, fatha, ra. Why ra with the red color? As I said you, all the heavy letters are in red. Are in red. Why they have written all the heavy letters in red? So that the student should know right from the beginning that these letters are all heavy letters and these letters should be pronounced heavily. Ra, when it carries a fatha or ra when it carries a dhamma, it will be pronounced heavily. It will be heavy. So therefore, ra is red in color. Ra, fatha, ra, and try avoiding takrar in letter ra. Ra, ra, ra. This trilling of the sound should be avoided while pronouncing letter ra. So, ra, fatha, ra, za, fatha, za. Are you seeing the difference between these two? Zal, fatha, za, zal, fatha, za, za, fatha, za. za fatha za, sin fatha sa, sin fatha sa, shin fatha sha, shin fatha sha, sod, sod, sod fatha so. Never say it sod fatha sa. No. This, if you are making the sound light and filled with the whistling effect, you are basically pronouncing letter seen. You are not pronouncing letter saw. If you are seeing carefully, seen is written with black font. Seen is a light letter, whereas sod is a heavy letter. So, sod fatha so, dot fatha do, to fatha to, vo fatha vo, vo, ain fatha a, ghain fatha gho, fa fatha fa, qaf fatha qaf, ka fatha ka, lam fatha la, mim fatha ma, nun fatha na, wa ha fatha ha, wow, wow, fatha wa. Don't forget to circle your lips. Circle your lips. You're not circling for fatha, but you have to circle it for letter waw. Waw, fatha wa, ya, fatha ya, hamza, fatha a, ta, fatha ta. This is ta marbuta. Ta, fatha ta. Similarly, let's see few heavy letters. Letters are classified into two types: الحروف المفخمة والمرققة بحركة الفتحة. Letters which are heavy and letters which are light along with the fatha on it. حروف المفخمة are 7 letters: ق, صاد, ضاد, غين, طا, ظا, qaf, whereas ra is also included in the heavy letter because it carries a fatha on it. Whereas these letters fa, sad, dad, ghain, ta, za, and qaf, they do not depend on the vowel sign. They are not heavy because they carry a fatha on it. They are naturally heavy. Naturally heavy letters. These letters, these 7 letters, خص ضغط قز, قصة, ضغط قف. These seven letters qa, صاد, ضاد, طا, ظا, غين, and qa. These seven letters are heavy naturally, whereas ra is heavy because of the fatha on it. Ra is heavy only because of the fatha on it. Whereas these letters, they do not depend on fatha. They are not depending on fatha to be heavy. These seven letters are naturally heavy, whereas this specific letter Ra is heavy because of the fatha on it. I hope you remember. All these seven letters are naturally heavy, whereas letter Ra is heavy because of the fatha on it. So let's see al-huruf al-mufaqqam and huruf al-muraqqaq. Mufaqqam means heavy letters. Heavy letters. Mufaqqam means heavy letter. And muraqqaq means light letters. So let's practice the heavy letters first, and then let's go to the light letters. Kha, fatha, kha, صاد, fatha, صا, ضاد, fatha, ضا, غين, fatha, غا, طا, fatha, طا, ظا, fatha, ظا, قاف, fatha, قا, Ra, Fatha, Ra. All of these letters are heavy letters. The only thing you have to remember is these seven letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters are always heavy. They are naturally heavy. Whereas letter Ra is heavy only because of the Fatha on it. Now let's practice the Huruf al-Mufaqqam or muraqqaq letters, yani the light letters. Hamza fatha a, ba fatha ba, ta fatha ta, fa fatha fa, ja, ha, da, za, ro, za. See, there is no ra in it. Why? Because letter ra has been shifted to mufaqqam letters, heavy letters, because it carries a fatha. So any raw which carries a fatha or any raw which carries a dhamma will always be heavy and will be categorized in the heavy letters. So za fatha za, sin fatha sa, shin fatha sha, a, fa, ka, la, ma, a, fa, ka, la, ma, na, ha, wa, ya. So this completes about the vowel fatha. Vowel fatha. Alhamdulillah, hope you all understood the concept of reciting the letters with fatha. How to pronounce letter fatha? With the open mouth. You have to keep your mouth open to pronounce the letter fatha. Any letter which carries a fatha should be pronounced by opening your mouth. And there are few letters which are marked with red color or they are written with a red font, and these letters are basically the heavy letters, and letter Ra is also placed in the heavy letters. Why? Because of the fatha. As I told you before and I explained you before that there are rules of letter Ra that inshallah will be looking forward in the coming videos. This letter Ra will be heavy because of the fatha, and therefore in the list of heavy letters letter Ra has been placed. So we classified the letters based on the heaviness, like huruf al-mufaqqama and huruf al-muraqqaqa. Mufaqqam letters are all heavy letters and muraqqaq letters are all light letters. Hope you all understood the concept of pronouncing the letter fat with the fatha. See you all in the next lesson, which will be a practice lesson of all the letters of the fatha. يعني تدريبات على الفتحة. Inshallah, see you all next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi barakatuh.